Let's talk about airport English conversation, interactions on the plane today.
Sounds great. What should we start with?
How about boarding the plane?
Good idea. What do you usually say to the flight attendant?
I usually say, "Excuse me, where is my seat?"
That's a good one. What if you need help with your luggage?
I would ask, "Can you help me with my bag, please?"
Perfect. What about when you find your seat?
I often say, "Is this seat taken?"
That's polite. Do you greet the person next to you?
Yes, I usually say, "Hi, I'm Alice. Nice to meet you."
And what if they seem busy?
I might just smile and sit down quietly.
Good approach. How do you usually settle in?
I check the seatbelt and stow my bag.
Do you ask for anything from the flight attendant?
Yes, I often ask for water right away.
That's smart. What do you say when they bring it?
I say, "Thank you very much."
How about during the safety demonstration?
I pay attention and nod to show I'm listening.
Do you ever have questions about the safety features?
If I do, I ask the attendant after the demo.
That's a good idea. What if you need to use the restroom?
I would say, "Excuse me, I need to use the restroom."
And how do you ask for more snacks?
I usually say, "Could I have some more snacks, please?"
What if they run out of your favorite snack?
I would say, "Do you have anything else?"
That's polite. How do you handle turbulence?
I just stay calm and keep my seatbelt fastened.
Do you talk to your seatmate during turbulence?
If they seem nervous, I might say, "It's okay, it's normal."
That's reassuring. What do you do during the flight?
I like to read or watch a movie.
Do you ever chat with the flight attendants?
Yes, if they come by, I might ask about the flight.
That's friendly. How do you say goodbye when you land?
I usually say, "Thank you for the flight."
What if you have a connection flight?
I would ask, "Where is my next gate?"
Do you ever feel rushed during layovers?
Sometimes, but I try to stay calm and focused.
How do you ask for directions in the airport?
I would say, "Excuse me, can you help me find my gate?"
That's clear. What if you miss your flight?
I would approach an attendant and say, "I missed my flight."
How do you ask about rebooking?
I would say, "Can you help me rebook my ticket?"
That's a good way to handle it. What about customs?
I usually say, "I have nothing to declare."
Do you ever get nervous going through security?
Sometimes, but I just follow the instructions.
How do you handle your belongings at security?
I say, "Can I put my bag here?"
What if they ask you to remove something?
I would say, "Okay, let me take that out."
That's a good response. How do you feel about long flights?
I try to stay entertained with movies or games.
Do you ever talk to other passengers during long flights?
Yes, if they seem friendly, I might start a conversation.
What do you usually talk about?
We often share travel stories or tips.
That sounds fun. How do you handle jet lag?
I try to adjust my sleep schedule before the trip.
That's smart. What do you do if your flight is delayed?
I check the board and find a comfortable spot to wait.
How do you stay updated on flight changes?
I keep an eye on the airport monitors.
What if you need to charge your phone?
I would look for charging stations around the airport.
Do you ever buy snacks at the airport?
Yes, I usually grab something before boarding.
How do you ask for recommendations at the airport?
I would say, "What do you recommend for a quick bite?"
That's a great way to get suggestions.
What about when you arrive at your destination?
I usually check my phone for directions to my hotel.
Do you ask for help with transportation?
Yes, I might say, "Where can I find a taxi?"
How do you handle currency exchange?
I would say, "Can you help me exchange some money?"
That's clear. What if you lose something on the plane?
I would approach the crew and say, "I lost my item."
How do you describe what you lost?
I would say, "It's a blue backpack."
That's specific. What if you have a special request?
I would say, "Can I have a vegetarian meal, please?"
That's a good way to make sure you get what you need.
How do you feel about the boarding process?
I think it's organized, but it can be chaotic.
Do you prefer boarding early or late?
I prefer boarding early to get settled.
What do you do if your seat is uncomfortable?
I might ask the flight attendant for a cushion.
That's a good idea. How do you handle noise on the plane?
I use noise-canceling headphones to block it out.
Do you ever feel anxious during takeoff?
Sometimes, but I remind myself it's part of the journey.
How do you stay calm?
I take deep breaths and focus on something else.
That's helpful. What do you do if there's a delay in the air?
I stay patient and trust the crew's updates.
How do you interact with the crew during the flight?
I usually say, "Thank you for your service."
That's polite. What if you need assistance during the flight?
I would signal the flight attendant and say, "Excuse me."
How do you feel about in-flight entertainment?
I love it. It makes long flights enjoyable.
Do you ever watch movies you wouldn't normally choose?
Yes, it's fun to explore new genres.
How do you handle food allergies on the plane?
I would inform the crew when I board.
That's important. What if you want to change your meal?
I would ask, can I switch my meal option?
That's a good way to communicate your needs.
How do you feel about the landing process?
I usually feel relieved and excited to explore.
What do you do as soon as you land?
I check my phone for messages and updates.
How do you feel about the overall flying experience?
I enjoy it, especially when I travel to new places.
That's a great perspective. Any last tips for flying?
Just relax and enjoy the journey.
Absolutely. Safe travels, everyone.
Happy flying.